Broncos country, what's going on? I'm here for part 2 of the PFF grades review for the Denver Broncos performance against the Las Vegas Raiders yesterday. It was great. Already broke down the defense. Y'all be sure to check that out. Link it in the comments. We're going to take a look at the offensive side of the ball. We're going to start with the offensive line, then get into some Bo Nix, maybe a few other things as well. So y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please like and subscribe for more Denver Broncos content here. We're on our way to 2,000, and let's go ahead and get it going. Right, guys? So we're looking here at the offensive line and really anybody who was doing some pass blocking in yesterday's game. There are some things that I would love to call out here. Of course, Garrett Bolles was due for his one penalty game. I feel like it happens, but great in pass protection. I thought 90.5. That doesn't surprise me. He was rated as the highest pass blocker here, and in true pass sets was very good as well. 88.6. Allowed no sacks, no hits, no hurries, no pressures. So that's great. Javonte Williams finding himself in the top 2 again. I believe he was top 2 last week as well in pass protection. 5 pass blocks. He was stellar on all of them. Zeros across the stat sheet, which is always nice, and kept that grade very high in true pass sets as well. 4 out of his 5 blocks. Now, we did have Alex Palczewski go down with a high ankle sprain, I believe, so he might miss the next few weeks, and that means we're on to Matt Peart taking over. Now, what is really encouraging is that Matt Peart got 15 pass blocking snaps out there and held his own. Grade of 81.3, zeros across the stat sheet, 5 blocks in true pass sets, and had a 79 grade overall. That's wonderful. That gives me confidence that he can hold his own against the Chargers next week, if that's what's going to happen. Maybe Mike McGlinchey, well, I guess he can't come back yet because I think he needs to be on IR for 4 weeks, right? So it's probably going to be Matt Peart if Palczewski is out. So let's see what he can do. And I think Joey Bosa still might be out for the Chargers. But anyways, 15 snaps, he held his own. Huge takeaway. Luke Wattenberg was great in pass pro, 78.7. And guys, all these guys essentially had zeros across the stat sheet until we get to Quinn Miners. He had 1 sack given up. Alex Palczewski had a sack given up. I believe both of those were on Max Crosby, if I'm remembering correctly. And then Jaleel McLaughlin gave up a quarterback hit on his 1 pass block. But yeah, Palczewski, he definitely had a welcome to the NFL type of moment going up against Max Crosby last game. But overall, I thought the line did a pretty good job. Quinn Miners was also called for a penalty. Frank Crum got in there for a few plays, 1 passing play, and held his own. I thought he looked just fine out there. And Alex Forsythe, 3 passing snaps and zeros across the stat sheet as well. So overall, great day from the offensive line, and that leads us to points being scored. Right now, let's see how they did in the run blocking aspect of things. Oh, that's pass rush. Here we go. So not the highest grade day on run blocking, but biggest takeaway here is really pretty much everybody was doing a solid job. Grades in the 50s, 60s. Garrett Bolles, best run blocker, 77.6. Then it's led by Ben Powers, Luke Wattenberg. That whole left side of the line, that's not surprising to see. Crosby basically on the right side. That's why he's brought in. Nice to see Lucas Kroll have some measured success in the running game, getting the activation as opposed to Greg Dulcich. Let's go ahead and move down. So this is where things could be a little tricky. If Luke Wattenberg doesn't make the start, we'll see how Alex Forsythe does with a full week of preparation. I think he might have been a little banged up. We'll see what happens. 44.7 grade overall. Matt Peart, 54.6 over there at right tackle. Frank Crum, 58 overall. So, and Alex Palczewski. So our younger or backup offensive linemen seem to have a tougher time, which is to be expected. But I thought we ran the ball very, very effectively, and big credit to the entire offensive line. It is, even though we're looking at individual grades, stuff like that, it is a group effort. And I think that we're seeing this line, not a lot of communication breakdowns, anything like that, that they are operating as one. And I think it's going to get better as time goes on. Let's take a look at the passing. So, Bo Nix, 32 dropbacks, 27 attempts, 19 completion. So I guess I misspoke yesterday. Not 73%, 70% completion, 7.6 yards per attempt, 2 TDs, no interceptions. That's great to see. And, check this out. He had his highest rating right here on offense passing when he was blitzed. He was 7 for 11, 63.6% completion for 82 yards and a touchdown. Doesn't get much better than that, guys. So the key is, though, is that we picked up those blitzes well. Bo Nix got rid of the ball well. When he was under pressure, that's when things got difficult. 1 completion off of 6 dropbacks with pressure was not good. As with most quarterbacks, you got to be insane to have some crazy numbers while under pressure. But let's take a look at where he was kind of on the passing chart. Of course, we saw Bo Nix complete some great passes downfield to the outside left. I'm remembering that fade ball to Courtland Sutton that was really, really nice. And I think they gave that 20-yard hit to Troy Franklin on here as well to end the second half to set up the field goal attempt. That was awesome. So showing some downfield accuracy, but and of course he missed that long touchdown, maybe slightly overthrew Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin's got to come down with that. But yeah, only 3 long passing attempts past 20 yards or 20 yards and over. And most of the stuff was kind of where it should be. By the line of scrimmage to about 20 yards deep. One thing that continues to stick out is Bo Nix is really good at going to his left here. Highest passer rating right here out of all the different quadrants. This must have been on the one to Josh Reynolds, 1 of 1, 9 yards and a touchdown. He also was 4 or 5 here on the left side, short for 40 yards, 100 NFL rating. So that's pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, and then he also threw the screen game really well. I think that he threw a couple screens to Javonte. He had a big day receiving, so love to see that. So let's see if there's anything else that really sticks out to me off of play action. He was 5 of 5 on 6 dropbacks for 88 yards and a touchdown. That's why you run the ball. That's why you roll out. That's why you remember that bootleg and hitting Adam Troutman on kind of that flood action towards the sideline. It was beautiful. So love to see that he's doing well. Play action, screens 5 for 5, 68 yards and a touchdown. Love it. Absolutely love it. Depth, we've kind of talked about this a little bit, behind the line of scrimmage and short. So about 2/3 of the passes were behind the line of scrimmage or all the way up to the 9-yard line down the field. So I would like to see that ratio, as we've seen in other games, be a little bit more evenly distributed. But again, he did what was asked, and he performed well in it. But medium range, 10 to 19 yards, 50% completion, that's going to need to get better. And I think that's just about it. Let's take a look at the rushing and receiving as well. Javonte Williams had a great day. 61 yards, 4.7 average. Nice to see Marvin Mims get involved. 17-yard jet sweep. It was really clean. And Jaleel McLaughlin, 22 yards, 3.7 average. And he had a incredible passing or receiving touchdown. We can get to that. So it doesn't surprise me. Javonte Williams, 5 for 50 yards on 6 targets. He was great. Jaleel McLaughlin 3 for 3 yards. Interesting. And 1 touchdown that was incredible. And Josh Reynolds, 1 catch for 9 yards and a touchdown. Now, I haven't looked at this before. Oh, you can kinda go through and see where all these guys was targeted. I'm probably not gonna do that. Unless you guys, like, really want me to, I can come out with another video, but, it was great to see 11 different guys catch passes from the Broncos this week, 206 yards receiving, 10.8 yards per reception, so that's great. Let's keep this thing going. I think we saw Bo Nix, really turn a corner here, and we'll see what happens next. So, y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, really love going through all this with you guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Be sure to like and subscribe on the way out as well. I'll be here this week, tomorrow, with some more film review stuff. So that should be a lot of fun. As always, y'all, go Broncos.